The blood of my people, and they are saying the cups inside are empty. God of vengeance, where are you? Arise. Where are you? Arise. Where are you? Arise. These are not empty cross here. Cups. My people are inside this grave. Don't keep quiet. Father, are you alive? You are. The blood of people that have been led in this village. You are God of vengeance. Turn the blood of my people, and they are saying the cups inside are empty. God of vengeance, where are you? Arise. Where are you? Arise. Where are you? Arise. These are not empty cross here. Cups. My people are inside this grave. Don't keep quiet. Father, are you alive? You are. The blood of people that have been led in this village. You are God of vengeance. Turn the blood that this grave, that 27 people are lying on this grave. And by God's grace, we are going to build this grave. It's yet to be built because people are still mourning. People are still in trauma. So we allow people to subside in their pain. So that we come one day, we'll rebuild this monument. And the name of the people that have been destroyed, killed, together with children, we all label it out as that of Dogona Hawa. My fellow brothers, as I'm here, people were crying. Why should Sheikh Gumi open his mouth and say it was an empty corpse? All Nigerian lawyers, I'm begging you in the name of Jesus Christ, those that have the heart of Christ, the Son, we are going to sue Sheikh Gumi, and this place, they are going to guide it. I've told the security, the youths, all the youths, make sure you guide it, because Fulani terrorists are still coming back to come and remove the corpse, so that to prove to their sheikh that it was an empty corpse. So another war has been raised. All Birom youths should be on red alert. War is on ground already. Sheikh Gumi has said war. We are in pain, but he has more pain to us. 27 people are on the ground, and he's saying it's an empty cross. Director of SSS, the GOC, Chief of Staff, let me tell you, if all of you are not terrorists, you will all be present here. The youth, we are ever ready. We are going to dig the graves. What press camera should come to this place? We are ready to remove the corpse before the eyes of anybody. I will open the coffin one after the other. What press? Send your press to this place. American press, Canada, I'm begging you. What press? Al Jazeera, I'm begging you, come to this place. Fox News, come. Let us dig. Because Sheikh Gumi says it's an empty grave. We are not a religion of liars. Christianity doesn't lie. They know. But Islam is a religion of liars. So all the children of Islam are a bunch of liars. They came out and said there's no genocide. And the so-called can, they joined them. Because their light is dead. They don't have any light again. They have lost their saltiness. That's why Islam is marching on Khan and give them a decision what they will do. Come and see what is happening. As I'm going around, the last grave that can take 27 people, and it took 27 people that are right here on the ground. This is the distance. As the grave is so large, because the people that can order this is the High Court, Court of Justice, the Chief Judge. They have to give order until I meet our lawyers. And I will challenge the federal government for not arresting Gumi. If it is a Christian that says that is all corpses that have been buried in Zamfara Casino. I could have been in danger. The Council of Islamic could have sued me to the federal government to arrest me. They will make a press release.
Wow, this man is really doing a lot. This is Ezekiel Dachumo. The man is doing a lot. He's doing a lot, creating this awareness. His awareness has gone far. This is the reason why the US is even interested. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let Sheikh Gumi deceive you. It's just Tinubu. If you fail to arrest Sheikh Gumi will end up creating more problem in this country, which is already doing. So federal government needs to arrest him. But the problem is Sheikh Gumi is bigger than law, and we have many of Sheikh Gumi in Tinubu's government. So Tinubu cannot do it. I've been saying this, and this is the problem. The problem has come now. So, where? You see, a lot of people are saying Christian genocide. Now, the recent one, the one that Sheikh Gumi said is, he said Christians are burying empty cups, that there is nobody, they just bury just to push the narrative forward that it's Christian genocide. Come on. When the Christian genocide, or when these people were buried, it's not today they started talking about Christian genocide. Do you understand? How will somebody go and buy an empty casket then and call people waste money to bury just to push what? Christians are not like that. How does you see those buildings, houses, churches burnt down, children, adults, men and women, they all buy, you say this is what you could see. Anyways, just take your time. We are not asking is there Christian genocide or not. We already know there's Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. All we want is solution. Federal government should solve this problem, or intervention from the US if they can help us, so that we can all have peace in this country. I'll allow you to watch this video, leave your comment and your honest opinion. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to this YouTube channel. We'll come back and talk about it. So what do you say about this? Please watch.
Communities attacked in Plateau State. A 10-member committee set up by the Plateau State Governor, Governor Caleb Mutfwang, chaired by retired Major General Nicholas Rogers, submitted that 420 communities across 13 local government areas have suffered violent attacks between 2001 and May of 2025. 11,749 lives have been lost within that period. 35% destruction of livestock, 32.5% displacement, 16.8% destruction of food, 9.9% destruction of houses, and 3.4% illegal land occupation and grabbing. He attributed the root causes of the conflict to the infiltration of criminal elements seeking to exploit the state's natural resources, as well as historical grievances, ethnic mistrust, and competition over land. The now viral video by Plateau-based cleric and regional leader of the Church of Christ in Nations, evangelist Ezekiel Dachumo, seems to be the last straw that broke the camel's back, opening up the floodgates for a now worldwide conversation as to whether there is an actual genocide against Christians in Nigeria. A conversation we swept under the rug for decades because, well, like all things Nigerian, our insecurity is complicated. And using religion or tribe to define this crisis doesn't tell the full story. Meanwhile, thousands have been killed and continue to be killed despite policy directions, unlimited funding for the military, changing of several service chiefs, and more riot acts read to terrorists than I can count. So, tonight, we talk to the communities. A former lawmaker representing Jos South and Jos East Federal Constituency of Plateau State in the 9th National Assembly joins us tonight, Honorable Dachung Musa Bagos. The Grapevine says he's eyeing the senatorial seat and may be joining the APC soon, as will his governor, allegedly. So was Evangelist Dachumo correct? Is President Trump the last hope for the Christians in places like Jos? Where is he from? All that tonight on Hard Copy.
In Nigeria. Yeah.
That video from Reverend Ezekiel, where he was standing in that grave and that mass burial was going on. For many people who didn't grow up in northern Nigeria, they may not understand that is a site that many of us grew up looking at. We who grew up in northern Nigeria. You in particular, because you are from Plateau State and you've been representing the people of Plateau State for a very long time. How did you feel when you saw Reverend Ezekiel standing in that grave talking about a Christian genocide in your state?
To be frank, Killer, any Plateau person that usually sees such a scene goes in with grief, anger, and when someone is grieving at that very particular moment with anger, you will know an individual loses his emotional intelligence, that whatsoever solution that is available for him to solve this problem, he'll be part of it. So seeing that every day and all the time it happens, it makes us wonder that what solution can we have to end this at this very particular moment? And it has reached to a certain point that we now look as if life does not matter. That if you can see people and you can see the reverend in that particular mood and point in time, because as Christians, the reverend usually come to pray. So that has been his routine. Instead of him going to encourage people, going out for evangelism, going out to preach every single day. That is a routine of many pastors, not just him. That was just him in his own particular environment. But I can tell you a lot of pastors at different sites do the same thing. Either one dead body, two, three. So seeing that as a leader and as a representative and one who always interacts with the people, I'm filled with anger. That,
Was he?
So
Was he? Because that clip has gone viral. It's on CBS. It's on every news station, and Christian sentiments around the world. It's quite shocking. For a lot of people. Is there a Christian genocide in Plateau State?
It's unfortunate that that authorities have allowed what has been happening on the plateau to now have a religious coronation, because this has been killings that started many years ago.
Is it a Christian genocide, though?
Absolutely, because who are the majority there? Who are the majority there? Who are the people that have been killed? So, had it been if it were Muslims that have been killed over the years, it would be Muslim genocide. But absolutely, for how many years that our people have been killed, majority are Christians that were killed. So definitely it's Christians genocide. So it's just unfortunate that it has reached to a point that it now has a religious coronation on. But the major center point that I've always said was, and has there been genocide taking place on the plateau or not? So let's not ignore the fact that these killings have been going on so many years. Let's not ignore the fact that communities have been wiped out over the years.
Who is the perpetrator?
Absolutely. So
who is the perpetrator?
You and I has always been here that whenever it happens, all we usually hear is that our perpetrators will be brought to book. And many years ago, the book of the perpetrators has been empty, but the book of people that have been killed is now filled up in volumes, and that's why people are now crying, and that's why it now has the coronation of Christian genocide, because majority of the people in the book that has been killed are Christians. So let's not divide ourselves into looking at what is happening because that it's Christian. Who cried out? Christians cried out. Who have been killed? Christians have been killed. So definitely it will have that coronation.
But there are times when Muslims have been killed, even in your state.
Absolutely.
So even your state is a Christian state, but maybe say there have been years when Muslims have been killed as well.
Absolutely. So you see, that's why I said it's unfortunate that we have allowed it to take this religious coronation. And the other good side that I looked at, the 12 states that the United States have mentioned out for intervention. And for me, I don't want us to look at it as invasion. It's intervention.
Well, it's the words. It's the words that President Donald Trump
for me as a lawmaker, it's now left for the Nigerian government to come to the table with their own bilateral relationship agreement for intervention. This is the intervention. This is where we are lacking to address the issue of insecurity. Because from the 12 states, you have Jigawa, you have Zamfara. Who are the majority there? Have people been killed in Jigawa and Zamfara or not? They have been killed. So, are you telling me that the majority of the people that have been killed in Jigawa and Zamfara are Christians? No, they are Muslims. But who cried out first? The Christians cried out first. And that's why it has the coronation of Christian genocide. The Christians cried out first. So we want to see the imams crying out in Zamfara. We want to see the imams crying out in Jigawa. We want to see the imams and the Christians coming together to cry out that, look, this issue is now a national genocide. So until we agree on that perspective, that is a national genocide, Christians are being killed on the plateau in Benue and other places, in southern Kaduna and so on. So as a Christian, my people are being killed. So definitely that coronation of Christian genocide is there. Let's not use religion, ethnicity and tribalism to be hypocritical about the issue of the genocide that is happening in this country. Because the major center focus is that people are being killed. Nigerians are being killed. Christians are being killed. Muslims are being killed. Pagans are being killed. So, but at the end of it all, the responsibility of government, as is being prescribed by the Constitution, which has given the president the power, is to protect lives and properties. That's the first responsibility of the president. That's the first responsibility of every leader. That's what the Constitution prescribes. Before any other, giving any other responsibility, be it the economy, the first point of it is that to protect lives and property.
Have they failed in that?
Absolutely, they have failed in that.
When the
So when lives and properties are no longer failed, people no longer feel the impact of any government intervention economically. People no longer feel any impact because what are you talking to me about road or light when I'm not safe?
The concept of asking for help. In fairness, a lot of people who are in government right now did the same thing. I don't forget, at least, but many Nigerians may have forgotten. That was a time when a group of leaders went to meet Senator John Kerry, remember?
Absolutely.
And say, oh, look at Christian persecution in this country. We've seen that. When former late President Muhammadu Buhari was in office, I remember same Donald Trump asked him to his face, why are you killing Christians in your country? Because that's intelligence that we have.
Yeah.
For some people who are watching this, so the idea that people have reached out to the American government to say, look, we need help, we're being killed. There are areas where people say this is politics taken too far.
No.
Why would you air our dirty laundry like that and put us in a position where we're now dealing with someone who has said, I'm going to invade your country, guns are blazing, calling us a disgraced country.
When you have dirty
like
clothes in the closet, when you have dirty clothes in the closet that you have not washed for long, what happens? It creates fungi. So that's the fungi we're all having now. So once the fungi becomes too much, it has bacteria and you become sick. When you repeat it, so having our saying that we have gone out with our dirty linens, for how long? All of us are now facing the bacteria that has been caused by insecurity.
So you welcome Donald Trump coming into this country, guns are blazing.
You see, not guns are blazing. Me, I welcome any intervention that my people will have so that I'll be safe. So that my people will be safe. Tell her, you roll out the statistics. You know what it means to lose 11,000 people. You know what it means to lose almost 35% of your landmass. Do you know what it means that you have a lot of IDPs? Do you know what it means that today the next generation of Plateau people within my axis that have lost almost a generation, that children are being killed, that a pregnant woman will be opened up and her child be removed? That's happened. Do you know what it means that for you to go to the monument now in Dogo, Nahawa, and you read out the names of 500 people that have been killed, and today nobody is in jail for that? Do you know what it means that? So when people are at that level that have lost hope, people will be ready for anything. They don't care.
The fear.
Anymore because they have seen the worst. Let's not shy away from the fact. I expect that government should own up to the responsibility and have whatsoever bilateral relationship, the discussion they want to discuss with the US to seek for intervention. That's what I'm to seek for intervention. Look, you have the technology. Bring the technology. We have the intelligence. These are where these people are. So how can we bring technology and with the intelligence we have to be able to address this issue? Because government will not shy away from the fact that a lot of places and a lot of our territory within this country that have not yet been captured, we can shy away from that fact. We can shy away from the fact that when we start crying about this issue of insecurity in the plateau, we had about 30-something villages that were captured, communities that were captured. Today, we have over 60 of those communities that were captured. Oh. So now I should say that we should not accept any form of intervention and wait till it's 100 or all the communities have been captured by people we don't know, that people that have no single thing to add to the development of our... When we say, no, it was the Biron people that are crying. Oh, no, Biron people don't like to welcome people. Oh, the plateau people are not. But now, when this issue started, these people don't spare what tribe you are. They don't even spare at a point what religion you are. They don't spare. There are Biron people that are Muslims. They don't care whether you are Muslim. They wipe you out and take over your land. All
right, we'll talk about that land grabbing bit, because that is even in retired General Rogers' report, he mentioned that there's a lot of land grabbing going on. So we'll talk about that element when we come back from this break. Please stay with us on Hard Copy, saying Jos East and Jos South.
A former lawmaker that had judicial genocide that removed all of us from the... You know what it means to remove 7 federal legislators and 16 out of assembly members unjustly.
Mr. Babos, who removed
you? So who removed? Definitely the court remover. So it was a judicial genocide. Well, let's go back to it. By the way, yeah.
But you're coming back, aren't you?
Yeah, by the grace of God.
Since you opened the door.
By the grace of God.
You opened this door. Is it true that you're running for Senate?
Absolutely, by the grace of God. We're running for
what party? I saw an article from the youth from Jos East.
No, Jos South.
Jos South.
My own village.
Yes, your hometown, where they were saying they wanted you to leave the PDP for your political future. They said you should join the APC. Are you going to?
Even in the PDP today, who is going to sign my form? Is it the Abdul Rahman led NWC, or is it the Magun led NWC? I can tell you, Plateau is PDP, yes. We are so proud of PDP, but then you cannot win election on sentiments. That's the truth. We must tell us we cannot. So as of today, unless before 2027 election, that the PDP put its house in order, but definitely every politician will look for an alternative. So there is a time as a politician you have to listen to the voice of your people and know what the true situation is all about. But like I said, politics is all about ideology. So whatsoever ideology of my ideology, the ideology of my people, goes in line with the ideology of any political party, and that's what my people accept. We run.
Don't you have a time frame before it becomes too late for you to decide?
Yeah, well,
you're going to run on?
But then you know that the constitution and whatever gives waiver for whoever one. So we're still consulting. I was just looking at the Minister of Information reeling out people that have been arrested or people that have been prosecuted or people
convicted.
No, I do not see. For me, the way I'm seeing Nnamdi Kanu's trial, the way I'm seeing Sore's trial, that is the way I want to see the trial of people that were so-called arrested on the issue of the killings on the plateau. So you can't tell me today that you have arrested 11,000 people, and I cannot verify or see the courts those 11,000 people are. I have not seen the press following the cases of these 11,000 people. I have not seen the jail that these 11,000 people are in today as a result of. So how can you want me to believe in what you've just said?
Are you alluding to the fact that there may be complacency?
Well, I don't know.
Or collusion to ensure that these perpetrators of killings in your state get away with it?
My own is that my people have not yet gotten justice. That is just it. My people have not yet gotten justice. The blood that have been shed, the blood that are still crying, have not yet gotten justice. Even if the king of Saudi, that is a Muslim, today will tell Plateau people that, look, I'm coming to help you, Plateau people will accept. So it's not about because it's Trump. It's not about because we are Christians. It's about because we are looking for justice. So anywhere help will come from.
What is justice?
Justice. Number one, justice for a Plateau person is that our lands are being given back to us.
Who are they?
When you go there and you see most of these places are being condoned by government that we can no longer access. So
the communities, some people come take over the community.
And when you try to get intelligence on what is happening there, you see a lot of mining activities going on there. So the narration at the end of the day, to our own understanding, is that most of these lands are being grabbed for mining activities, for our mineral resources.
By who?
By who? Well, Kayla, that is the answer all of us are being asked. I'm asking every day. We know, I don't know, you know.
Are they foreigners? Are these people from, are they Muslims? Are they Christians? Are they from Plateau? Who are they?
90% of eyewitness, 90% of the voices, 90% of what we have seen so far, that the militias that usually come to kill our people in bikes and whatsoever usually speak fully. Our leaders have always tried to be politically correct so that we won't be brand. They say, look, if today is a Biron man that is perpetrating what is happening, I don't mind you say it is a Biron man, as long as you can prove it. What's the solution? And as leaders and as legislators over time, I've said, look, if the conventional security at the federal level cannot really go down to look at it, give us state police. And we have become conversing for state police. And I'm happy that, yes, every governor and everybody is talking about the state police. But to me, again, is that if truly we have identified state police as one of the major solutions to address this issue immediately, by now we're supposed to have state police 2 years down into this administration. If within 1 month we can change the national anthem signed by law, which means within 1 week we can sign the State Police Act.
As we wrap up, what kind of collaboration do you think should happen between the American government and the Nigerian government for this intervention that you welcome?
The collaboration should go beyond intervention on the field. The collaboration should go further to look for the sponsors who are benefiting from what is happening. There's somebody somewhere, either within or outside. Unless you get the queen that is feeding and is breastfeeding these terrorists, definitely the information will be. So if it has turned to be a cabal that is behind what is happening in Nigeria, we must name out the sponsors. Because as a Nigerian government, yes, Nigerian government must name
the sponsors.
Yes, name the sponsors. Get the sponsors. Prosecute the sponsors. If you can get wind of a possible coup and change service chiefs within 48 hours,
you said there's no coup.
Yeah, well, whatsoever it is, the rumor is there. The Nigerian, I can clearly spell out 1, 2, 3 issues that the Nigerian government under the current administration have shown interest and capacity. The issue of the tax reform bill. Today, it's something that within how many years, despite the opposition that when it started, they were able to manage the opposition. And today, we have the tax reform bill. Despite the opposition, the last administration on the issue of the Petroleum Industry Act, today we have it. Because they have shown interest and capacity, despite the opposition on the issue of various issues that have to do with what they call it. Do we have TSA today? So that to put. So why can't you show interest on the issue and capacity on the issue of insecurity. Okay. We're not talking about statistics. We're talking about real-time issues on the ground. Can you today tell me that in the North Central, we can leave religion aside and come together with a common front? I want to see all our governors discussing this, that we're not talking about religion. Because in the North Central, you have only 2 governors that are Christians and 4 governors that are... So can all of them come to the table together and discuss the issue of insecurity and forget the issue of religion?
Okay.
So those are the kind of collaboration and those are the kind of networking we expect and to see among our people within the North Central, the Middle Belt, and even the entire North as it is. But I can tell, the more the issue of you are a Christian, I am a Muslim continues in Nigeria, we will still be backward as a people. So a lot of discussion and conversation needs to come around these issues of insecurity in Nigeria. Because now it is banditry, it has gone to banditry and kidnapping. And once it has gone to kidnapping, kidnapping is an industry.
All right, well, I'm sure we would have to have this conversation again, but I want to thank you very much, Mr. Dachim Bagos, for being with us.
Wow. You see this video. Thank you for this Reverend Ezekiel Dachimon, for the good work he has been doing and is still doing. And this awareness that he's creating and makes a lot of people understand the kind of Christian genocide going on in Nigeria and the lies that some persons are lying against is trying to cover up. So it is no longer news again or what is this that is there Christian genocide. No, anybody at this time who is still saying that there is no Christian genocide, that person is just playing with the wrath of God. Just like that one said, thunder will soon come down and strike those people. Do you understand? So that is like person like Sheikh Gumi. That one, it is only if Tinubu cannot arrest that man. If that man is not being arrested, the only thing, since that man and the rest is bigger than the law of the country, that they are known, they cannot be arrested. So it is only the wrath of God that will descend on them. The thunder from heaven will descend on them. That is the only thing. So people like this, we say, since government cannot do anything, give it them opportunity to mislead the public and talk anyhow, and then you say we leave them for God. It is only God. So now, if you have been following this news, since this issue broke out, Donald Trump issue or make that statement, that tweet, many people have agreed that there is Christian genocide going on, whether you like it or not, take it or leave it. The thing is, there is Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, there is killing going on in Nigeria. All we want is solve the problems. The primary responsibility of every government is security. Do you understand? So that is it. Now we have identified, we have admitted that there is Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, there is killing going on in Nigeria. All we wanted is, we want to see this come to an end so that people can do other things. Do you understand what I'm saying? And now, the North, there you said there is no Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. Some villages, over hundreds of villages has been taken over by an unknown government, unknown terrorists, unknown Fulanis, unknown this, unknown that. They have taken over community, taken over these people villages. Those people who able to escape, they run to the other neighboring villages. So how can a stranger comes to your community, come to your country, and decided to buy full community? Those ones that are able to escape, they escape to other neighboring community, neighboring state or community. Stranger now taking over your land, doing what? Then your real citizens are now in IDP camp. Yet government cannot do anything. You see, this is not one that this community will thief. Comes to the community to thief this, to thief that, to kidnappers come to this community to kidnap one person. They are looking for how to fish those kidnappers out. This is not where you go to the farm, somebody stole your farming equipment, your farming this, your whatever. This is where you say the security are working towards it to make sure it does not happen again. It happens once in a while, because it's only happening once in a while. That's the reason why it's not able to fish those people. Our government do not take it seriously. No, this is not like that. This is issue where full community has been taken over by these people. Your real citizens are now in IDP camp. There is a governor in the state, and we have a president. We have all the security agencies in this country. Militaries are there. Right? So these communities that these people have forcefully force the real indigenous or the communities out of the villages. The community is not as if you need a visa to go there. It's not as if you need visa, you need flight to go there. This is a community you can go, you can travel to by whatever means as in Nigeria is concerned. You can get there. I don't think some of the community you need to pass through river before you get there. So you go there, you see these people are living in the community. These are the people. These people are not Nigerians, but they are living in this community. So what is stopping the state governor, the federal government, the security agency, the military to fish those people out? They didn't say those people now, they displaced them from the community to the villages. So they forced them out of the community, their villages. Now they are not living there. They are not living there. They farm there. They eat there. So what is now the problem? This is not the issue where they strike. After striking, they run to the Sambisa forest. Now, some of them are in Sambisa forest, while some of them are in these different communities where they're taking over. So why is it so difficult to arrest these people and pursue the same way they pursue the real indigenous away from the land? Why is it so difficult to also pursue them away from the land? That this land does not belong to you. We don't recognize you in this country. You are not Nigerian. Why? And that's my worry. If stranger can pursue indigenous out of community, out of their villages, out of their houses, then the government is now housing them in IDP camp. Now, the solution now, the governor or the federal government is looking for a solution to build more IDP camp, to expand the IDP camp so that the people in IDP camp can be comfortable, rather than for a solution to make sure those people are out of the village so that these people can go back home. Can you imagine a country? So what kind of IDP camp are you going to build for these people that they are going to be comfortable? Remember, you only build it. Who is going to feed them? Because they are not going to be farming there. They are not going to go to farm. How are you going to feed them? How many rooms are you going to give somebody, a family with a husband and wife with 3 children or 5 children? We understand that those people in the villages, they have plenty of children. So let's say husband and wife with other 5 children. How many rooms are you going to build? Give this person in IDP camp that they are going to be comfortable, and what are they going to be eating, feeding on? Think about it. And now, this is still the beginning, and they said Donald Trump should not come, should not intervene, this and that. More people are going to be forcefully leave their communities and join them in IDP camp. If Donald Trump failed to intervene, that is it. So truth be told. So they need to act now. So what is the meaning of this? How are they going to be feeding? So a time will come as federal government is presenting budget of the year, budget for the different ministry. Then Sheikh Gumi will not be another minister representing these people, right? Not Sheikh Gumi. Sheikh Gumi would be another minister looking after these foreigners that are taking over the villages. Then we now have another person who is in charge of this IDP camp, people in IDP camp. They will be collecting allocation to look after them. They will be collecting budget. Yeah, they will be giving them budget to look after people in IDP camp. That's where this issue they go now. That's where this issue they go now. If Donald Trump failed to intervene so that we can have peace in this country. And again, like this man said, they say thousands of them, over 11,000 has been arrested. We do not see where the court they tried them, the court they have been arrested, they sent to the court where they are. We didn't see them, right? No. We don't know where they are. They're not being tried. They say where you hear now the Kano goes to court every time. So we've been arrested. You see them. But these people they arrest, they crave they have arrested. You don't see them in the court. You don't see them in the prison. You don't see them doing nothing. But yeah, they said they have been arrested. How? And again, when somebody said Tinubu is courageous, is bold, is boldness, and able to sign this into law, able to do this, able to do that. Now, even if you are working, you sign anything, a tax reform into law that is going to work, it's not going to work, people are complaining, whatever. Anything you put in place now, any policies you introduce, as far as this insecurity remain, it's not going to work. So what is the need for a policy without security? Because the primary responsibility of every government is to protect lives and property. The people you want to tax and in IDP camp, are you going to be feeding them and also taxing them in IDP camp? So all those things will not work. So the thing is security. Now you can imagine what those people have been contributing to this country. They've been in their villages farming, doing their farming jobs. They don't need government to even come for them. They have been doing their jobs. It's a little way they are doing, feeding themselves over there. They can even send to their neighboring community. All those things are stopped. So I don't understand. At this time, people will still be lying, saying there's no Christian genocide. What else do you want? There's no Christian genocide. There's Christian genocide. We need solution. People are dying. We need this stop. Anyways, what do you think? And until today, Tinubu has not addressed the nation. He has not addressed. We only have these CEO spokesmen that are confusing the public, misleading. That Tinubu on his own had not said anything, but he needs to address the country. Anyways, what do you think? Please share this video Very important. Share, like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.